Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation, with a very interesting story about $2.8 billion worth of loans backed by fake gold in China. Let's explore! This comes from the Asian Nikkei Review. Very interesting news coming through, and it just gives you an idea of what's going on in the world and how big this is involved, and of course, obviously, it's involving China. So, more than a dozen Chinese financial institutions, mainly trust companies, loaned 20 billion yuan, or $2.8 billion, over the past 5 years to Wuhan King Gold Jewelry Inc., with pure gold as collateral and insurance policies to cover any losses. King Gold is the largest privately owned gold processor in central China's Hubei province. Its shares are listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange in New York. In fact, I've heard of King Gold before. The company is led by Chairman Jia Xinqiang, an intimately ex-military man who is a controlling shareholder. Well, what could go wrong? Plenty, obviously. At least some 83 tons of gold bars used as collateral turned out to be nothing but gilded copper. In other words, plated copper gold. And you may have seen my fake gold bar video. Those all came from China. That has left lenders holding the bag for the remaining 16 billion yuan of loans outstanding against the bogus bars. The loans were covered by 30 billion yuan of property insurance policies issued by state insurer PICC Property and Casualty Company Limited and other smaller insurers. The fake gold came to light in February when Dongguan Trust Company Limited set out to liquidate King Gold collateral to cover defaulted debts. In late 2019, King Gold failed to repay investors in several trust products. Dongguan Trust said it discovered that the gleaming gold bars were actually gilded copper alloy. It could have been brass too. Fascinating. The news sent shockwaves throughout King Gold's creditors. China Minxing Trust Company Limited, one of King Gold's largest creditors, obtained a court order to test collateral before King Gold's debts came due. On May 22nd, the test returned saying that the bars sealed in Minxing Trust coffers are also copper alloy. Authorities are investigating how this happened. King Gold chief Jia flatly denies that anything is wrong with the collateral his company put up. The case holds echoes of China's largest gold loan fraud case, unfolding since 2016 in the northwest Shaanxi province in neighboring Hunan. Regulators found adulterated gold bars in 19 lenders' coffers backing 19 billion yuan of loans. In one case, a lender seeking to melt gold collateral found black tungsten plate in the middle of the bars. Wow. In the case of King Gold, the company said it took out loans against gold to supplement its cash holdings, support business operations, and expand gold reserves, according to public records. In 2018, the company beat a number of competitors bidding to buy a controlling stake in a state-owned auto parts maker, Tri-Ring Group. King Gold offered 7 billion yuan in cash for 99.97% of Tri-Ring. The Hubei government cited the deal as a model of so-called mixed ownership reform, which seeks to invite private shareholders into state-owned enterprises. But King Gold has faced problems taking over Tri-Ring's assets amid a series of corruption probes and disputes involving Tri-Ring. After obtaining the test results, Minxing Trust executives said the company asked Jia whether the company fabricated the gold bars. He flatly denied it and said it was because some of the gold the company acquired in early days had low purity. I'd say gilded plated copper. Wow. In a telephone interview with Kiexon in early June, Jia denied that the gold pledged by the company was faked. How could it be fake if insurance companies agreed to cover it, he said, and refused to comment further. Wow, the hubris there. But we are talking about China. As of early June, Minxin Trust, Donegan Trust, and a smaller creditor, Zhang'an Trust, filed lawsuits against King Gold and demanded that PIC and PNC cover their losses. PIC and PNC declined to comment to Kaixin in the matter, but said the case is in judicial procedure. A source from PIC and PNC told Kaixin that the claim procedure should be initiated by King Gold as the insured party rather than the financial institutions as beneficiaries. King Gold hasn't made a claim, the source said. Kaixin learned that the Hubei provincial government set up a special task force to oversee the matter, and that the Public Security Department launched an investigation. The Shanghai Gold Exchange, a gold industry self-regulatory organization, disqualified King Gold as a member on June 24th. Following Dungan Trust and Minxin Trust, two other King Gold creditors also tested the pledged gold bars and found they were fake, Kaixin learned. A Donegan Trust employee said his company reported the case to police on February the 27th, the day after the testing result was delivered, and demanded 1.3 billion yuan of compensation from PIC PNC Hubei branch. King Gold has defaulted on 1.8 billion yuan of loans, and Donegan Trust with an additional 1.6 billion yuan due in July. The 83 tons of purportedly pure gold stored in creditors' coffers by King Gold as of June, backing the 16 billion yuan of loans, would be equivalent to 22% of China's annual gold production. Wow! And 4.2% of state gold reserves as of 2019. Founded in 2002 by Jia, King Gold was previously a gold factory in Hubei, affiliated with the People's Bank of China, that was split off from the central bank during restructuring, with businesses ranging from gold jewelry design, manufacturing, and trading. King Gold is one of China's largest gold jewelry manufacturers, according to the company's website. The company debuted in NASDAQ in 2010. The stock currently trades around $1 a piece, giving King Gold a market value of $12 million, down 70% from a year ago. Wow, I wouldn't want to have any money in that company. A company financial report showed that King Gold had $3.3 billion in assets by the end of September 2019, with liabilities of $2.4 billion. Jia, now 59, served in the military in Wuhan and Jiangsu and spent 6 years living in Hong Kong. He once managed gold mines owned by the People's Liberation Army. Jia is tall and strong, one financial industry source familiar with Jia said. He's an imposing figure and speaks loudly. He is bold, reckless, and eloquent, always making you feel he knows better than you. Several trust company sources says Jia is well connected in Hubei, which may explain King Gold's surprise victory in the tri-ring deal, but a financial industry source in Hubei said Jia's business is not as solid as it may appear. We knew for years that he doesn't have much gold. All he has is copper, said the source who declined to be named. Local financial institutions in Hubei have avoided doing business with King Gold, but they don't want to offend him publicly, the source said. Almost none of Hubei's local trust companies and banks has been involved in King Gold's financing. Yes, sounds like he is a scam artist for sure. Crazy. Public records showed that most of King Gold's creditors are from outside of Hubei. Kaixin learned from regulatory sources that Minxin Trust is the largest creditor to King Gold with nearly 4.1 billion yuan of outstanding loans, followed by Hangfeng Bank's 3.9 billion, Dongying Trust 3.4 billion, Anqing Trust and Investment companies 1.9 billion, and Sichuan Trust at 1.8 billion won. Several industry sources told Caixin that the institutions are willing to offer loans to King Gold because Xia promised to help them dispose of bad loans. Hang Feng Bank is the only commercial bank involved in the King Gold affair. The bank in 2017 provided an 8 billion yuan loan to King Gold, which returned agreed to help the bank write off 500 billion yuan of bad loans, bank sources said. King Gold repaid half the debts in 2018. But the loan issuance involved many irregularities. To access to the pledged gold and testing procedures was controlled by King Gold. So there you go. That's part of the problem. And so it just goes from here. It's crazy how this thing is unfolding. The loan was pushed forward by Song Heo, former head of Hang Feng's Yantai branch. Song was placed under graft investigation in March 2018 in connection with the bank's disgraced former chairman, whose downfall led to a major revamp of the bank's management. In 2019, Hang Feng's new management sued King Gold for the unpaid loans and moved to dispose the collateral, but a test of the gold bars found they are all copper, the bank source said. Still unclear whether the collateral was faked in the first place or replaced afterwards. Sources from Mingxing's Trust and Donegan Trust confirmed that the collateral was examined by third-party testing institutions and strictly monitored by representatives from King Gold, lenders, and insurers during the process of delivery. Still can't understand which part went wrong, the Mingxing Trust source says. Bank records show that the vault where the collateral was stored was never opened, the source said. Wow, very interesting and fascinating. So it could be that this stuff, it didn't say whether this stuff was tested beforehand and maybe switched out. But what a scandal this is. Crazy. Surprising this is popping up, in Asian markets, the Asian Nikkei review, but nowhere in the West yet. Will it ever? Who knows? It just goes to show you, this thing is a pretty big scandal. Crazy indeed. The article goes on and talks about more things here, but it's a lot to it for sure. And we'll see how this folds out and see if major media covers it, but my guess is probably won't. But this is a pretty big deal. And what will it have an effect on the price of gold? Who knows? Because if the gold was originally there, who knows what it could be or where that gold is now if it was replaced. But if it never existed and people thought it existed, well, it's enough that it could have a minor effect on the gold supply, and it could cause prices to go up. But who knows? But nonetheless, just goes to show you, be very careful out there. If you ever take a loan out with gold as collateral, you better make sure that gold is there and it is real. Post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.